So Rory and Xander Schauffele, what an amazing weekend. Rory had a final round 65 to really bring it home. I'm going to show you two things that both of these guys do before every shot and how it's going to help your game, and how I almost guarantee that if you're struggling at all, you are probably not doing this thing correctly, and it's affecting all parts of your golf swing, right? So both these guys, Rory's 5'9", Xander's 5'10". I love it because not only can they hit it long, I think Rory averaged 336 on Sunday, but they've got all of the iron game to match, right? Little fades, high, low, feel shots. They can literally do everything. And it's a lot of because of something that they do before every golf shot they hit. So let's go ahead and jump in and see exactly what that is and how it's going to help you. So the vast majority of golfers that I see on a daily basis, they think that there's something wrong with their downswing, something wrong with their impact, but it's their takeaways. Gentleman turns too much. So you'll see other things in the swing that you don't like. Trust me, it all starts with the takeaway. Right? You can see here this gentleman, maybe his arms are low at the top, he comes down steep. It's all set up by him dragging that club below and inside and what it's doing to that right arm. That sets up the rest of that golf swing. So even though this looks more egregious, trust me, it was already set in play by him not taking the club away correctly. And that's where we see a big difference from, amateurs to professionals, right? It's not that the fact that he's coming over the top, which he is, right? And it's going to be outside in, which is a problem, but it's what we're doing in the takeaway that's not allowing the club and the forearms to rotate correctly. See, the club is too shut, the club is too far below the hands. So working on any of this really is not going to help much. And I know there's so many of you out there that have been working on something that you just can't quite get down. And it's probably the takeaway that's holding you back. So some of the best swings in the world already still feel the need to rehearse that takeaway once or twice before every shot. It's so important. Rory McIlroy, before he hits this big draw, just making sure he gets off correctly. Max Homa, one of the best swings around, still rehearsing that takeaway. Justin Thomas here drills it, hits it from that spot just to make sure it's perfect every time.
Hey, it's your coach Zach Allen here, and when it comes to the golf swing, I've seen and tried it all. But nothing is proven as effective as the concept I'm about to share with you now. It is the single most powerful piece of golfing advice I've ever come across. In fact, I would go so far as to call it a magic move. Since I don't have the time in this short video, I've put together a 3-part web class where I teach you exactly how to put it to use in your game. Nothing held back. I call it my Magic Move Training Series, and you can get the entire thing free of charge by clicking the link in the description below. You won't find these videos anywhere else, so go ahead, click the link right now, and I'll send you the first session right away. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to that lesson.
So we see so many great players, right? Nelly Korda, Rory, Xander, Justin Thomas, I mean, you name it, John Rahm, all these players that are doing these rehearsals before they take the club back. These are the best players in the world that practice every day, and their takeaway is near perfect already, okay? And I do a lot of online swing analysis for golfers all over the world, and I would say probably 95% have some issue in their takeaway that is actually causing the issues in their downswing. So when they come and talk to me, they go, I know I come over the top, I know I early extend, I know I flip or scoop through the ball. Those are actually rooted back at the takeaway. So as they're frustrated because they're not getting better, they're not improving, they're not realizing the true source of that improvement is actually in the takeaway. So check it out. I've got this blue tape here, just kind of on my shaft, lead thumb, lead arm. And it's going to help us get a better sense of just how we pass the club back on plane in our takeaway. Okay, so I'm just keeping the same exact alignment that I started with to get the club back. From this view, from this, I'm passing it back here. You notice the width between my right leg and the end of the grip. It's about a foot. We're not in here like this. Some of the big common problems that I see in the takeaway is people, they turn their body too soon, okay? They roll the face in their forearms, right? And you can see the alignment of this blue tape is now way off. They start to hinge their wrist incorrectly and their knuckles go down towards the ground and the face is shut. All these things are going to have adverse effects later on in the swing, okay? One of the more common adverse effects is when the club rolls and turns underneath, it has to start to go like this as it gets to the top, and then they transition and we're steep. And they either come over the top or they early extend at the last second, and you can kind of see what happens from there. But literally, the root cause is in the takeaway. If we can get you doing this consistently, like you see them do so often, right before they get ready to go, they just do a little rehearsal just to make sure that they're starting it off correctly. And if it's off just a little bit, like say your takeaway's here, that's not good enough. There's still going to be some type of arm wrestle coming down to overcome that bad takeaway. So literally, it has to be almost perfect, okay? It has to be very good. It's not moving very fast, so I think it's definitely an attainable goal, just being able to do just what I'm doing here. If you can do that, you'll start to see a lot of the other problems that you've been so frustrated with in your golf swing disappear. Things that maybe you've been working on for years that you never thought you'd get rid of because you're looking in the wrong place. Fix the takeaway. I hope that makes sense. I hope you like this video. Feel free to like and subscribe. You'll see my content come in on a regular basis. Here's another video on the backswing. Check it out. If you want a little work on your backswing, you take a look at this. And I will see you all next week. Have a great week.